Det är Döden from Ingmar Bergman. Look at this thing. I'm surprised, but I was like, wait, chessboard? Here it comes. Look at this. Then don't die. And they all fall because they play that remise table. And then death kills them all. So this music video from Heavy Metal, guys, is a clear reference to Döden i Ingmar Bergman. This here, of course. You're gonna please hear it. So I'm gonna react to it, guys, and then I'm gonna go into the classics, right? Ingmar Bergman Döden. I am a Swedish, Thor reacts, right? I've seen this movie like 10 times, and actually one of my best friends, she has Döden as her profile picture and everything, because she's obsessed with Ingmar Bergman, so I know this very, very well. We talk about it after we react to Baby Metal. Thor reacts to My Queen, of course, Baby Metal, featuring Spiritbox this time. I don't know what Spiritbox is, but I'm supposed to know the artist, right? So this time, guys, I promised to do another music video, right? Last time we did the latest live before Baby Metal. This time instead I'm gonna do the latest like music video, because I kind of did the first one right last week, so we gotta compare them. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty exciting. So it was changed the quality, probably higher budget of course I wanted. But so like very briefly explain, with last video they got blocked a lot, and it's been blocked again now. Don't worry, guys, I'm not gonna bore with a lot of data or whatever, right? But just very briefly here, if you wanna see my from me to you reaction, I honestly would say you probably check it out quickly, because first, right, it took like 20 attempts to get it up, and then when I woke up this morning, it had a new block now. So you got a new block, you can see this, the first thing is, day 0, right? So actually after the second day, it's now been blocked in several different countries. So it might be blocked, globally at any moment, and then it might be a strike. So also, I might remove it myself then, because I don't want to get copyright strike and so forth, right? So yeah, check it out if you're interested, because currently now it's getting more and more blocks there. So, but yeah, as we started, please subscribe, slap button, and hopefully this video will work perfectly fine on YouTube. So let's clear a chessboard. That's what the spirit talks, right? Yeah, this was very visual, clearly based on the chessboard, right? Just a quick little visual review to begin here, but it's like, yeah, I mean, obviously, she's the black queen, right? You play chess, you have the black and the white side, right? The queen, king, and so on, right? So I guess they're like fighting each other. Is Spiritbox like the other side? She's the other call or something. When someone's moving the pawn, right, the girls put out on the board and so on, they're clearly standing on like a checkboard, on the chessboard thing. So yeah, interesting visuals. And one thing I feel immediately here, again we talk about the full report, but I was going to say immediately, is that this feels way more clean than the first music video, right? Which is obvious, they're gonna have again higher budget and so forth, but it's way more clean, right? When I work with directing, right, myself, you kind of have this issue with all the side stuff or small detail. This is very much, it's very like edited at perfection bit, and it's very like clearly the place where they recorded it, right, is probably a more expensive studio and all that stuff, right? So it feels very clean, very like by the book in that sense, right? Where the first music video obviously kind of like it almost feels like someone's recording it in their basement, you know what I mean? Because they have like no money and so on. So it makes sense, of course, but yeah, let's keep going. what is this thing though? Is it the king? I don't know. Yeah, is it supposed to be the queen to reface something? Because it really feels like a Spiritbox, I guess, right? The other woman. I suppose that's the other woman there. That she is, you know, like she's the other queen, right, on the other side, and they are kind of like the fighters on, you know, black versus white or whatever, right? But who is this person then? Unless this is supposed to be the queen's face something, this like weird eye monster thing, or is it the demon from the latest live performance? Is this the mascot guy again? Maybe. If it's a little bit weird, yeah, but I'm like, huh, maybe it's supposed to be. I'm gonna be that, guys. Makes us hate now. But I think this part here, with I guess Spiritbox singing there, alright, this felt more interesting, honestly. I'm gonna be that guy. No, but like, I mean, the video's over here, but clearly, this song by metal, it feels like a completely other band, right? Completely other band. We talked about it earlier, how they kind of have this like poppy, catchy thing, back and forth, right? Sometimes it's heavy metal, sometimes it feels like a J-pop song. Their part in this music video feels incredibly J-pop, right? It's very, very soft core, so to speak. Yeah, we're not metal and hardcore. Yeah, it feels very, very different. So her part here, Spiritbox, felt a lot more like, okay, yeah, now this is like, yeah, I don't know, but I feel this part felt more, how's it, inclined for the visual thing with the chessboard. Yeah, I think this part of the music felt more like, yeah, this is kind of what I expect, right? You know what I mean? It felt more like that, I think. If anything, that's probably. That maybe is the monster from the Thor, actually. That thing? Oh, no, it's Judge? Or it's Death or something? It's like Death från Ingmar Bergman. They both died? He's like, draw, you both suck. Okay, so it is Ingmar Bergman. Okay, I get it now.
Vem är du?
It's Döden.
Jag är Döden.
Yes, jag är Döden.
Kommer du för att hämta mig? Jag har redan länge gått vid din sida.
At the end, I really got it. I was feeling embarrassed now I didn't get it earlier. Of course, this is death. Yeah, it's obviously death, right? Or Döden, as it's called, right? So because now I feel silly, right? Me as a Swede, that didn't get it immediately. Because of course, it's classic movie called the sjunde inseglet. Okay, I'm gonna do it now. And this is Döden then. From Ingmar Bergman, spelar of course schack. Om han får leva eller inte. So this is classic scene here, right?
Villkoret är att jag får leva så länge jag står dig emot.
Får leva.
Spelar jag dig matt, förger du mig.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't lose, he's allowed to survive it. So this is obviously what the video is about.
Det passar ju bäst så. Inte sant?
Och Döden spelar svart och han spelar black. Yeah, I feel silly now, guys, and I hope you guys like the video. You better share this video, and I'm gonna try to be different. I'm gonna be like, Swede reacts to my queen, baby metal, Ingmar Bergman, big fan or something. Of course, I know this very well, right? It's like the most famous movie from Sweden, basically, historically speaking, right? This in here, of course, in the music video, is obviously when they can pick side, right? So you see in the movie, it's like black or white, and this is how you decide who's gonna play the different sides, right, in their fights. And then of course, they're dying here in the end, right, because the whole agreement with death, or Döden then, in the classic Ingmar Bergman movie, is that as long as you can win, right, you're allowed to live, and eventually, you play for a tie, or a remis, you call it in chess, or a draw. handbunden, yeah, half and so on. Or of course then of course you die at the end, right? Because if you don't win against Döden, then you will die. You can also have a remis, of course, a draw. Then you also die, I believe, in the movie. You have to actually win, right? Which is kind of funny because in chess it's like big strategy to like not actually lose, like force a remis. It's a typical strategy. I actually once played chess on national television with like 20 people, like 1 versus 20. I was part of 20 though. I was one of 20. I played against the European champion. I was one of 20 and I lost. But he's like the best player in the world, and so like 10 years ago, and so forth. So of course I love chess, man. I used to play chess a lot competitively, and we got into that tournament because it was a colleague of mine. He was like the current best player in Sweden, basically in chess. So he was like, "Oh, yeah, you want to go to chess tournament? We need like 20 people, right? So we need some more people that can play high level chess, right?" So forth. But yeah, clearly the music video now for me is uber obvious that Ingmar Bergman. Then yeah, it's all about fighting the evil queen, right? You know, and as long as you beat their queen, you are alive, right? Because of course, if you haven't played chess, right, I mean the queen is the best piece by far, right? You know, she's the wife, which is by far the best. No, but I mean obviously, right? Anyone play chess know what I'm talking about. The queen is like tremendously much better than any other character, right, on the chessboard. The king is it's not the worst, like a pawn in the first row, no worse, I guess, walks forward. But yeah, the king is like it's like the second to worst thing, right? And the queen is by far the best. And of course, I think most really good chess games, when it's very equal, usually revolves around creating a new queen, right? You know, in very even games, you play against good other players, you want to have more queens. Like the big meta goes, we have 3 queens, right? Now they do have a similar outfit like they had in the latest lab performance that I saw then. But otherwise though, yeah, they kind of have like a darker team, right? So I guess they're like the dark, you know, the black side in chess, and Spiritbox is the white one. She's playing all the side scores. And I guess the whole visuals really is about Ingmar Bergman, right? Like as long as you win this chessboard, you won't die. And eventually, I guess they had a draw. That would be my guess. Yeah, it's a remis in the end. That's why they all die, right? Like here, you all fall. Death comes now because I think no one managed to win here. Then death is like, oh, you're both dead now. That's how this all collapse, right? And so on. That's how it seems to me, right? That's why both losing, because you have the force of tie. And the thing is that you can force a tie in chess. Now, it's super nerd of chess now, but in chess sometimes, right, you will have a remis force on you that no one can win, right? Depending on the situations. So that's kind of how this seems to be like, you force a remis, okay, you're both gonna die then, so you both lose, right? That's on the visual, definitely. Now, music-wise, yeah, this felt the most different, I have to say, right? Mentioned earlier, this song from heavy metal felt like a completely different band, yeah. If I only had listened to this song, right, this was the first time I ever heard heavy metal, and I hadn't seen, you know, Gimme Chocolate before or whatnot, I probably think they were like a J-pop band, right? Yeah, honestly, yeah. This felt like the most, yeah, like anime opening J-pop, whatever you call it, right? Yeah, I think so genuinely. I would never guess that they were doing that stuff. Because I mean, I would assume that the kind of more metal bits would be from the other person, right, being featured. I guess thematically, like I said, it's death, Döden. There's a lot of chessboards and all this stuff, so maybe perhaps that feels a little bit metal, a little heavy metal. There's a lot of demons and whatnot, but no, this feels very, very different. Yeah, it feels super different than anything else they have done. And it also wasn't that the song-wise, I don't want to say I wasn't catching like a bad thing, but I mean it wasn't also like, you know, like let's say Gimme Chocolate has like, you know, it's like a catchy tune, right? That feels very much like kind of back and forth, kind of very quick one, right? I think the same thing with the earlier, I think the earlier pops I heard from them tend to have more that kind of quicker, higher tempo catchiness, right? This feels very different, yeah. So it didn't have it either. This felt like something really, yeah, something very different. Hard to. Maybe not hard to define it, but hard to explain what I feel. Maybe, yeah, not hard to define it, but perhaps hard to explain why I feel it's so different. But I really felt it was a very, very different musical performance. So this song for me, again here, right? It feels really, it feels like it's somewhere else. Because all the songs, I feel kind of, say all the songs are moving in X to Y, right? They're moving in this angle, like how pop is it, how metal is it, right? And they're kind of moving in, you know, in this, the X angle, right? This stuff is like it's moving in this angle. Yeah, it's moving in the Y angle. You're like, oh, it's up here instead. You're like, oh, just it's kind of like a, you know, a quadrant system, right? Like all the other problems are moving in one thing, and it's like moving upwards instead. It's like, wait, what? So, but that's comes back to that discovery, right? The fun factor of baby metal. You never know what you're gonna get. It's unexpected. The same team, of course, overall here with the visual performance. Yeah, this was also a very different music video than the other ones, absolutely. But I guess it has a kind of demonic death theme, I suppose, generally speaking. But this is a clear reference, right, to Ingmar Bergman. So, yeah. Maybe that happened over the years, though, because the first music video did, I believe it's the first one I saw, right? That one is more like general demons, right? It's more like it's demons, yokais or something, right? Yeah, the akumas. And this one here feels much more direct. Like this is a clear homage to this thing. Maybe that's something that they start doing more and more over the years. Leave one below. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try to title this like Swede reacts to Ingmar Bergman's baby metal or something. And I probably have to edit the first video. Usually I don't edit the first minute, but I will do it now, guys. Just be like, yeah, you know what? This is Ingmar Bergman now.